I'm Sangeeta Gupta. As I thought that volunteers would introduce us, but they say that you are on your own because the mic is not working. So I decided to introduce myself and Mr. Keki Daruwala, and then we go with the book. I feel very privileged and very honored to be with Mr. Daruwala on the same dais because I have always admired him as my favorite poet. I know him since last 20 years, but you can never have enough of his poetry, enough of his writing. So this is the he is one of the he's the towering figure of Indian English poetry. Myself, I have written some. This is my 10th book. The book which is in here is my 10th book. It is a book of photographs along with my poems. The photographs are also shot by me, and I did an experiment. Actually, I am working in Jammu and Kashmir, and there I decided to do something with the soil. I thought that the place is so beautiful, and I was especially mesmerized by Dal Lake. So I decided that I'll click pictures of Dal Lake in different moods, in different seasons, at different time of the day, and this is what we could do about that book. I'll just show you some of the pictures. This is one of my favorite pictures where a grandfather and a granddaughter, they are rowing the boat in the Dal Lake. So these are some of the pictures I'll just randomly open. My poems match the mood of the lake. So what I experiment is, I did there are more than 70 photographs of the same Dal Lake. It's not that I'm clicking the whole of Kashmir. So it's a kind of experiment. I always like to do experimentation with my work, with my creativity. Besides being a poet, I'm also into painting and making documentary films. My books are mostly in Hindi. Two of my last collections are in English. The last one was in 2013. It's called Weeds of Time. Ekam. Why did I name it Ekam? There's a story behind it. I'm a spiritually inclined person, and I feel you are connected. If you are sitting here and listening to me, we are connected. And if you read my book, again we are connected. So there is a big connection between the whole universe. And as a child, I was very much mesmerized by the poetry of Rahasyavadi Kavi, Mahadevi Verma, Nirala, Jashankar Prasad, Sumitranandan Pant. So that mysterious, the mystery of the universe always mesmerized me, and it always inspired me to do poetry. My first book came in 1988. It was called Antasya, and the foreword was written by Mahadevi Verma herself. So I feel very blessed. I continued to write poetry, and this is my 7th book of poetry. My total publication is 10. I would not talk about Ekam only, because when I went to J&K, I was in Delhi for almost 20 years, in the hub of things. So much was happening in Delhi, and Jammu is a very quiet place. I thought, how will I survive there? But the best thing which happened to me, that I got time for myself. When you are with yourself, then the real poetry happens. Then the real you happens, and you come to know yourself. You must have heard Sadhguru in the morning session. Actually, it's a realization which only you can experience it. People can tell you, Sadhguru can tell you, a small poet like Sangeeta Gupta can tell you that everything is inside. But everybody has to have that kind of experience themselves. Unfortunately, because I don't know whether I'm audible or not, I'm trying my best. So my whole poetry is turning inward. When I was writing these poems, I was only talking to myself. I was only trying to understand myself. And I feel, till you don't understand your own self, till you don't love your own self, you cannot love others, you cannot understand others. Once you understand yourself, you understand the universe, and you know each every particle along with you is connected. We are all connected, the universe is connected, and my poetry is all about that. So writing poetry is not only that I write on paper. Poetry is a way of life. You live like a poet. And when you live like a poet, you are in love with everything. The tree, the mountain, the sun, the moon, the fog, or even the pollution. Everything is part of you, and you are part of everything. So that is the crux of my poetry. If you permit me, then I will read one or two poems for you. Okay. This book is divided into 3 parts: known, unknown, and beyond. Known is like our mundane life. When we are dealing with each other, we are interacting with each other at a very shallow level. But when you go beyond that, then you know the unknown, and when you go beyond that, then you know the universe and you know God. I'll read one of the poems from each section.
Om Gati Gati Par Sam Gati.
I discover myself in you. I discover myself in you, my mirror. My true self reflects in you. You dream like, come and sat pretty in my painting some 20 years ago. I discover myself in you, my mirror. My true self reflects in you. You dream like, come and sat pretty in my painting some 20 years ago. You grew inside me for those long years. Waited for you each day of my life. Longed to see you. You came as a miracle. My mirror image. Wonderstruck, I ponder, who are you? The mirror, the image, my inseparable twin. The portrait in the painting has come alive. I'm reading the other poem, which is from the other section, just because, gradually you are on a different path and you are trying to understand yourself through the journey. Nature has inspired all of us, and we are part of nature. Nature, a playful expression of the divine. Nature, a playful expression of the divine. We the player play a match. We the player play a match, lose or win. Play one must. The award will be ours. He is inside us, was always there. He is inside, outside, everywhere, all pervading, omnipresent. He has been there forever. Only we need to experience him. Now I read the last poem, which is my all-time favorite. I hope you people like it. This is called Turn on Your Light. Appadiko Bhav. Turn on your light. Dispel the darkness within. Be your own lantern. Look out for yourself. Search deep within. You will find yourself. You will be your friend. You be your friend, your love, your happiness. You can never give what you don't have. First, find yourself and then give yourself to love, to him.
Well, I'm delighted to be here and to be a part of this occasion, thanks to Sangeeta Gupta. I mean, what I would say about the book is that it comes from a long tradition of speaking to the divine. I mean, Indian poetry and Bhakti poetry and Meera and all the rest are full of it in all languages. I mean, Arundhati Subramaniam came out with a book on Bhakti poetry recently, and we had Narsingh Mehta and down the line in every language. So writing to the Supreme, always presupposing that he is there. I mean, that is a presupposition we must never lose sight of. If you remember your Ghalib, who said, जन्नत की हकीकत तो हमें मालूम है लेकिन दिल को बहलाने के लिए ख्याल अच्छा है गालिब. So there is that. But if you are attempting sally at this, because it comes into mysticism eventually, and it becomes very difficult, because when you talk of the One and the Supreme, He is everywhere and He is nowhere, and the solidity of the object that you are talking about, the modern imagination wants everything visual. The imagery should be visual, and this is very difficult. But this has been a splendid attempt, and I'd also like to read a poem or two. I mean, I found the essence of the book was in lines like, this is page 85, my existence burns like a candle, melts in you, vanishes into your being and becomes you. So that is very much standard, very orthodox, the Atma moving into the Paramatma, and it's beautifully written, I must say. I have 2 or 3 poems, they are favorites of mine, and if you permit, I'll read them out.
Please.
Actually,
I'm
you should
honored,
be reading
honored.
your
No,
poems,
no.
but
I'm honored that you are reading it.
I am arrogating the right. Okay, here goes. These are 2 poems on rain. Rain-bathed city looks magical. Wish could walk bare feet the wet streets all night. All by myself, wrapped in your thoughts, not caring where to go. Rain reminds me of you, like being soaked in your presence. Moist earth's fragrance, so much like yours. Smiling leaves have the purity of your eyes. They look back lovingly with hope and belief. The lonesome flower dancing with joy has your grace. I see so much of you in the rain. So, and another. Evening softly melting itself into the night's lap with a longing unknown, sky loaded with clouds, pouring desires in raindrops, the earth wet with contentment of being deeply loved. Love is a strong current in this entire book. Music of the running train adding to the magical spell of lovelorn monsoons. Lush green jungle on both sides, talking to me, witnessing a fantasy, and blessed beyond my fondest dream. So, if you are in love with the divine and with the one and supreme, you should be content and you should consider yourself blessed. Those who lack in faith and who lack in belief, like yours truly, they have a bit of an albatross to carry, but they carry it through life and it doesn't really matter. In the end, I would again like to congratulate Sangeeta Gupta for a very fine book and for working hard on photography and the poetry. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anything you people want to ask, and
Yes.
please,
Why not?
yeah. Anything you want to ask.
Ask about the divine. Why don't you?
Ask her to explain the mystery of existence.
I think that, in the morning we had a session with, we had a very powerful session with Sadhguru where he explained very succinctly that in the 1 hour you've spent here, you're 1 hour closer to the grave. I mean, that was my takeaway. And I really enjoyed what you said about, हकीकत का सच सबको पता है पर दिल बहलाने के लिए शब्द काफ़ी है. Sangeeta, I've really enjoyed your work. I've enjoyed your painting so much, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of your paintings with your poetry. Maybe you could do, instead of the photographs, you could do your
I've already done another book.
the paintings with the poetry, because then it would be a total jugalbandi of two forms of your
I
craft.
did a book in 2005. It's called Pratinath,
Okay.
and that was with painting and my poetry.
Right. No, but it's remarkable how even in a state like J&K, where there's so much political turbulence, you found so much beauty and such passion to support creative endeavors. So my compliments, and I look forward to reading the book and the poetry.
Thank you.
Please, anyone else?
You have been in Delhi for 20 years. When you moved to Jammu and Kashmir, how challenging was it to put those photos into words as poems?
It is a very challenging state, as we know. Socially, politically, it's a very disturbed kind of a place. But the people there are so nice, so beautiful, very sensitive people. I would say they are very emotional. When you relate to them one to one, and when you deal with them as human beings, you treat them at par and you are ready to listen to them, then they are the most amazing people in the world. I admire the people of Jammu and Kashmir because they are very talented with music, with poetry, with their art, their craft. It really inspires me. When I paint, I rather like to weave things like a weaver, and therefore their weaving has also, in a way, inspired me to do such kind of work. So I always thought that, as a poet, as a writer, as a documentary filmmaker, as a painter, Delhi is my place. I will only rise when I am in Delhi. This was my mindset when I went there. But circumstances, my destiny took me there. I have a son who was working in Jammu at that point of time. And as a mother who has a weakness for the son, I thought that let me go there and do my work there. So when I went there, in the back of my mind, I thought, oh my God, my artistic career will come to a halt. I'll be in a hibernating state and that kind of thing. But when I went there, I met people, and I did meet people across the state because I look after the whole state as an administrator, tax administrator. So I got the opportunity to talk to people, to meet people from Shikara wala se, jo सड़क पे चाट बेच रहा था या शॉल बेच रहा था. I was able to interact with most of the people there, and I traveled to South Kashmir, to North Kashmir, to interior parts of Jammu, and went to the small hillocks, big, all these places which are not known to tourists at all. There are much more to see there besides Pahalgam and Gulmarg and Srinagar. There is so much other things to see. There is Rajouri, there is Poonch, there is Basoli. So it affected me as not only as a human being, as a poet. I was mesmerized by the place. I fell in love with Dal Lake. Otherwise, who would click the same lake more than 100 times to take my subject matter is only one. This book is actually a tribute to the Dal Lake, because I'm so fascinated by the lake that I have clicked only Dal Lake and I have put the pictures here. So I would say, till you interact with the people, till you go to the place, you have a different picture. Media depicts a different picture of the place. And being a nature lover, it really helped me to be there, and I feel that I'm a better person. I understand myself better, and that's why I can understand you better. Yes, please.
My question is related to what you have said just. I want to ask that what came first, your photos or your words, or was it a simultaneous journey?
I will tell you how my mind works. When I am, while I was working during the day, in the evening I used to go for a walk, or in the morning when I used to go for a walk, and I was mesmerized by the beauty of the lake. So I used to click pictures. My poetry came a bit later, or sometimes, intermittent. I was writing and I was not clicking pictures. So the whole process is intermingled. I cannot make it in compartments. And the whole creative process is like that. I feel like a free bird. I am a liberated soul. So if I feel like clicking picture, I would click pictures. And if I want to write, then I would write. It doesn't disturb me to deal with both the aspects of the creativity.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Please ask. When we see ourselves, we see from the angle of our parents to begin with. When you are a small child, you haven't gone to the school, you don't have a peer group, then you are sometimes, I'm just giving a mundane example, you are compared with your siblings. अरे तुम्हारा भाई first आ रहा है, तुम्हारा क्या हो रहा है, तुम पढ़ने में अच्छे नहीं. You make a picture of yourself. That is not real you. When you go to school and you don't come first in your class, then you think that these are better. My classmates are better than me. It's not true. When you go to college and you are not the most popular student, you feel that there is something less in me than others. That is not true. So, and suppose you don't appear in the exam for 1 year, you feel that you have wasted 1 year. No. That's part of the destiny, and maybe something better or something worse is going to happen. So when we see ourselves, we see through the eyes of others. You have to see yourself through your own eyes. And when you, meditation would be a very heavy word for you, but when you are all by yourself, the space which you only share with yourself, then you understand yourself. You are unique. Everybody is unique. And though that nobody will tell you. Everybody will perceive you as a different person, as a child, as a student, as a sister, as a spouse, as a friend. But you are not all that. You are more than that. And that you will only know when you spend time with yourself. I have seen people who are so nervous to be with themselves, all by themselves. वो टीवी चला देते हैं घर में, नहीं तो कुछ भी म्यूजिक चला देते हैं कि they cannot be with themselves. I always tell such friends that if you are not comfortable with your own self, who will be comfortable with you? So these small questions we need to ask, and once you start asking what is the purpose of your life, why you are on this earth, then you will know who you are and you will understand yourself better. I hope I am able to say something. Oh God.
It's back on.
That makes me laugh, towards the end, maybe we have 1 or 2 minutes. So it comes back. There is a purpose for everything. Maybe I needed to speak without the mic, and Mr. K.P. Daruwala also did the same. But now you're audible and you can ask more questions. You have a question. Yeah. You want this? No.
Thank you. As you understand oneself, writing poem or something like that is the medium of writing understanding oneself.
Yes, I will read one poem for you now. Because the first line I write about poetry is writing poetry is a process to know, to understand, is a search as well as a discovery of the one. So whatever is your question is already answered in the book. This is the beauty of writing. Sometimes you write about yourself something, and it is at that point of time it is only a fictional imagination. And after 10 years, maybe it comes true. I have experienced that kind of thing. Any other questions you want to ask me? No? Mita, Mita, can you speak? Thank you so much. It's okay.
Thank you very much. You were lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you for the gift. Lovely.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. Apologies for the technical issues we've been having across the site for the last half an hour or so. Please once again thank Sangeeta Gupta and Keki Daruwala for rather trying circumstances, but we made the event nonetheless. So we're going to do a quick reset on the stage, and then we're going to get underway with our final event. It may be starting about 5 or 10 minutes late, but session 32, it's the Poetry Hour. 7 poets up on stage, and we'll be back to introduce those shortly.